guys, thanks for watching my new video with the Honeyburst Fender Stratocaster. This is one of the US Strats, and I'll go through the specs in a second. I want to say a massive thank you to Nathan first of all. Nathan is one of my students, and this is his beautiful American Fender Stratocaster. So this is video number 4, I think. So if you haven't seen the other videos, please check them out. I'm reviewing different guitars and shredding on them. All of the tracks I am shredding over are backing tracks I make with the guitars that I shred with. So the rhythm and the lead was all done with this guitar. Obviously there's bass and drums added. So if you want to check out the backing track, that video will also be available to check out as well as this one, so you can jam along yourself. So right at the beginning of that, you would have seen me do my guitar flip. Again, only possible because I have this wireless jack lid system from Line 6. It's the Relay G10. There'll be a link to that in the description as well if you're interested in getting one. Not just good for being able to do the guitar flip, but also really good when I've been on stage. It has a really good range and doesn't get rid of tone or volume at all, so really happy with that. So links below. And this time I'm going to do a little bit of a self-plug before I get onto the guitar. So I do run a teaching business called the Guitar Ninja. Not just a teaching business, but a pretty cool brand. And these t-shirts are available on Amazon with the links below as well. So go check them out. Normal ones like this, long sleeve tops and hoodies in the UK. And in America they've got zip hoodies and vest tops and things as well. Okay, onto the guitar. So, the Fender Stratocaster US Honeyburst. The body is made from alder, and the neck is maple with a rosewood fretboard, so fairly standard woods for Fender to use. It's their standard C-shaped neck, which actually feels thinner than I'm used to experiencing with Fender. I stick to pointier guitars normally, so I'm used to the rounded ones having a really chunky neck, but this is actually quite fast, quite good to play. So most things are pretty obvious to see. You've got 3 single coils in here, it's a 22 fret, round inlays, all the standard stuff, pretty standard 6 saddle bridge as well. But let's go into some of the specs on what the pickups and pots are and do. So all 3 pickups are single coil by Yosemite or Yosemite, not sure how you're meant to say it. I'm sure anybody that loves Fender more than me would be slapping me right now for saying it wrong. But yeah, all 3 of them sound beautiful. There is something about the single coil in a Strat that just sounds better than most single coils. Even though I tend to go for my humbucker high gain mostly, I do love that. Especially the sound of that neck pickup when you're playing a slow bluesy sound. You've got a pretty standard layout with everything else as well. We've got a 5-way pickup switch, your standard which one it selects, so furthest towards the neck gives you the neck pickup, then these 2, middle one, these 2, bridge. Then we've got master volume. Our front tone here controls both the middle and neck pickup, and we've got a push-pull tone for our bridge pickup. So when I've got that pulled out and pushed in, I can hear a real difference in the tone, but actually I'm not sure what's going on with the circuitry in there. This one, like I say, was lent to me by a student, so all I've got is a few notes from them to rely on for the information. They are the information and specs that he did his own research when buying it, so I know that it is right. However, I'm not sure what's going on with the circuitry. All I know is that that's a grease bucket push-pull tone, whatever that means. So these retail at around £1,000 a piece. There will be links again to one of these in the description. It might not be the Honeyburst, it just depends on what I can find, but there'll be a link for the guitar itself. Okay, so now for pros and cons. This is my favourite bit about the guitar reviewing. So, what are my favourite bits and what are my least favourite bits? So, as Fender Strats go, I think this Honeyburst is a gorgeous colour. You can still kind of see the wood tone in there and things. It is an amazing finish. I absolutely love that. It's not crazy pointy and I like pointier guitars, but I'm not going to put that down even as a con for my personal liking, because I would still play this and enjoy it and own one myself. However, I think Fender's Stratocasters, some of them have just way too big a headstock. For just visual reasons, I think it's too fat and chunky. But that's just personal, not a problem with that at all. Okay, so actual cons on pros. So, plays really well. I can feel that I am playing a £1,000 Strat and not a £300 Strat. I don't know if you get £300 Fender Strats, but your Squires and things like that. So I can definitely tell it's a higher quality. You can feel it in every way as you're playing. The tone is beautiful, especially when playing clean. I know that this track didn't have much clean in it, but it's really nice as a clean tone. However, there are still your downfalls. I mean, neck is gorgeous, but the way it's bolted on, this big chunky block here, it's, your hand, as soon as you're trying to get into those higher frets, is just being attacked by the body. It's not got a shape intuitive to get into those higher frets. One thing I think Fender, I don't know if they've got any guitars that actually have a good access point there. They might be masters at their guitars and what they do, but that's something I think they should work on. Another thing is, for my personal liking, it should really be an SSH. I want a humbucker near my bridge. I want to be able to get that gain and squeal out of it without crazy feedback, really high wound, but it doesn't have it. So, for me personally, that's a downfall. I'd like to see more there. But, yeah, to be fair, I think the only downfall I can actually give it that's not personal preference on sound is that block there. Everything else is personal. Would I personally pay $1,000 for it? If I had a few grand in savings, I would happily spend $1,000 on it. If I only had $1,000 in savings, I wouldn't be that desperate to get it. Okay, so I've already mentioned my wireless system that allows me to do the flips. Again, links in the description. I've mentioned the t-shirts as well. If you are in the English Midlands, then there are also availability for private lessons with the Guitar Ninja. If you enjoyed these videos and want to see more, please do the liking, subscribing, comment, whatever madness. Tell me what you think about the guitar. Was I wrong? Was I wrong to say the headstock was too big? Things like that. Leave your comments below and I will get back to as many of you as I can. And as always, if you want to show that extra bit of support, then I do have a Patreon page where you can donate and the money will go back into these videos to making them better. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll check you in the next one. Bye!